Okay, good morning. Chantal, let me know when you started. I'm not seeing it yet. Okay, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Canada GDP Personal Income and Spending Trade Room, 10-minute trades. My name is Lee Goldstein. I'm the trading director for 10-minute trades. Please remember that all the trades we discuss are for educational purposes. It is possible to lose money trading futures, so please trade carefully. Okay, good morning, everyone. I just want to show you there's a lot of elements to the news this morning, and there's multiple reports. So let me tell you what my plan is. If you notice, we have an update on the DMM regarding a couple of different things. The Canada trade, it should not be traded as a breakout. And currently, let me get the DMM and let me show you. And I do want to welcome everybody that's watching us on YouTube. So thank you for watching us. Let me get my recorder started. Okay. So the issue with personal income and spending is it's become a very impactful report, and it's been subject to tremendous whipping and volatility, liquidity issues. It's had 2 months in a row of very difficult trading. So let me show you what I mean, and give me 1 second to get the DMM. Okay, so the DMM, for folks that don't know, is our daily trade report. And very honestly, it was not a winner in 9:30. It moved 520 ticks, but it was not a winner. It was a whip. It didn't allow us to get filled properly. And the previous month didn't allow us to get filled properly either. Now, what's interesting is we traded gold last month. Okay, so the NQ might have been a winner last month. It's this alternate gold setup here that didn't work. I don't recommend trading it on gold. And if I were going to trade it, well, I'll show you what I'm going to do on the NQ. I'm going to trade one contract with a very big bracket and, see if we can, because it moves a tremendous amount, has the capability of moving a very large amount. So I'll use a very large bracket and see if I can't get one target hit. So that's my goal on personal income. So let me actually set that trade up because there's a lot going on. So I've got this NQ chart here, and the way that I'm going to trade it, and this is a trade that it's extreme risk today. So if you want to take this trade off, I wouldn't talk you out of it. We should check. Ninja's been strange about the margins. They've really been strange about the margins. They haven't really done anything about the margins. I'm going to use a 40 tick stop and a 60 tick target. I'm going to use a 50 tick target, a 50 tick bracket, an entry time of 8:29:59, 829.59, and one target, not 50 contracts, one contract, one position for a 50 tick target. 50 tick target. That's my NQ trade. It should be extremely volatile today. Extremely volatile. 829.59, a bracket of 50, one position for a target of 50 with a stop of 40. All right, one position, just one. That's how I'm going to do it. And I'm not going to put that on at the moment. We have a little bit of time. Call it NQ. And I may just trade Canada GDP. All right, I may just simulate that NQ trade because I do think it's got a lot of risk today. I just want to be clear. I think there is a lot of risk today on personal income. Okay. So right now, I'm thinking of just testing it this morning. I just want to check my bracket size. And I want to talk about Canada GDP because Canada GDP is an interesting trade. So that's a good set of brackets. So I'm not really worried about my NQ chart being off the chart at the moment, off the screen. We have a little bit of time to get it straight. I wanted to watch the gold open because anecdotally, we're seeing that issue with the gold open where even when there's news, it's been tradable. So I just want to do what we normally do on gold. I'm not totally sold on the idea that it's okay to do gold when there's major news like we have today. But we're seeing anecdotally that it's actually okay. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I'll put my normal template. And I do want to tell everybody, if you're willing to help me out, I've got a webinar tomorrow with Traders Corner. That's the registration link that I just posted. If you'd come and come to the webinar, we are going to have a big Halloween promotion. So it'd be great if you could come, at least register and support us for the webinar. So I'm going to load my gold open two contract. It's a market open trade, a target of 8, a target of 22. Break even -3 if my first target gets hit, a stop of 25. Stop of 25. And I almost would rather use the range to get in, but I'm going to go with signals this morning. I don't have enough charts to test everything this morning, so I can't really test our range. So we'll just use normal signals on the gold open this morning. Keeping in mind that the gold that I'm testing it because normally I would not be trading it this morning because of the 8:30 news. Now, Canada GDP. The history of Canada GDP, it has never, in the past year, and it's a monthly report, it has never had a big move. And in fact, it was such a small mover that it was retired for a while because it moved so small. Now I realize people are gun shy because of Canada, the Canada rate statement. and how it blew through the trap trade. Under no circumstances should this be traded as a breakout. Okay. The trap trade is the current approach. If you want to be extra, if you want to trade it, in my opinion, this trade, it's an 8:30 event. It should be a good solid trap trade. It has never exploded and blown through stops. It doesn't have that kind of history. And if you want to be even a little bit safer, you could make the tiers a little bit bigger. You can make them 15 and 25 or 20 and 40. You really want to be super, super safe. You can make your tiers 20 and 40. The worst that would happen is you might not get filled, okay? You might not get filled. Our testing has shown that tiers of 10 and 20 would have worked for the past year, okay? For the past year. So I'm going to trade one position on each. It's a stop of 25. And I'm going to be a little bit safe also. I'll use a tier of 15 and 25. The time of the event is 8:30, and my activation is 5 seconds before the event. And I am trading that trade. I believe that the trap trade could be fine on Canada GDP. Its history doesn't move that much. Its history is that it just doesn't move that much. Okay. Once again, I want to thank everybody for watching us on YouTube. If you'd hit the like button, that would really help us. And we will be over on Traders Corner tomorrow. We have a webinar, and we're going to have a very nice Halloween promotion at the webinar. So I think the wise thing to do is probably to watch personal income and spending. The risk, look at the moves. Let me show you the moves. Now, I might trade that one NQ because we need to know if the trade is safe to trade. But you don't have to experiment when the markets are so volatile. You could let me do it. But look what happened last month. I don't feel that gold should be traded right now on this particular trade. First off, look at the NQ prior to the news. It was going crazy. And then, okay, coming into the news, the markets were, the NQ was extremely volatile. Gold was not. But gold went up, filled us, almost hit our first target, and then did a crazy, crazy whipsaw. The NQ, if you could get filled, and that's really the question, I would say it was a trade that could get filled. It could. It looked fillable. So that's why, let's look at the month before on personal income. Now, what's interesting is the month before, we were trading the NQ live. And we did not have a good NQ trade. I'm almost positive, if my memory is correct. So there are definite warning signs about this event. Another whipsaw, okay? Another whipsaw on the event. So it has become a risky trade based on the last 2 months of behavior, okay? It definitely has become much riskier based on its last 2 months. So it might not be a bad idea to watch it today. Let's see if it goes back to normal. It has been a really good performing event. But we're going through a period of tremendous market volatility at the time of news, and we want to be very picky. So let's double check our time sync for the gold open by going to the website. Time is. So I'm watching this black box are my signals on the gold open. Gold is pretty negative. If we put our indicator net change display on points, not ticks, it shows you gold in dollars, which is a better way to look at gold. It's down $13 today. So we've got 3 minutes until the open. And it's far enough away from the low that I would take a signal in either direction. Remember, our first target is 8 ticks. Second target is roughly 22 ticks in that area. And if signals are early, I will not take them. The gold open is at 8:20. I'm not interested in early signals, okay? I'm just not interested in early signals. So we've got a minute and a little more than a minute and a half. And again, I want to thank everybody for watching us on YouTube. We really appreciate it. This is our stream of the week. Personal income spending, Canada GDP. And right now we're watching and simulating the gold open this morning. Normally when there's big US news, we've been not trading the gold open, but we are noticing that it seems to be moving relatively normally, even when there's news. Now the markets, when I got here, the NQ was very challenged. Apple earnings, all the tech earnings, most of the tech earnings have not been good news for the NQ, for the NASDAQ. Okay, so we're watching. Waiting for a signal. We don't take any signal before 8:20. The gold market is open. I would take a short if I got a signal. And if it just hangs for a little bit, I'll just pass this morning because we can concentrate on our other trades. So if I don't get a signal, there's a short, I'm taking it. It would be a perfect test of the low. It would be a perfect test of the low, okay? And I don't have to do anything. My trade is automated. So let me go over the Canada GDP trade while you're watching gold. First, let me label the Canada GDP trade. And my settings are tiers of 15 and 25. Tier 1 is 15, Tier 2 is 25. It's an 8:30 event, one position, and a 25 tick stop. Each tier has one contract, one position each. 5 seconds before the news comes out, my orders go on the chart. Okay. So that's my Canada GDP trade. That's an 8:30 trade. I don't need the time anymore. I need it for Canada. And so, I mean, this is sometimes what we see when we trade that gold open, when there's news. It's sometimes a little bit slow. Yesterday, there was major news and the gold open took 1 second. It was instantaneous. It was instantaneous. So the NQ has had a lousy move 2 months ago on personal income and spending, and a tradable move last month on personal income and spending. But it has huge moves, very, very large moves. So I'm considering a trade, 829.59, a 50 tick target, a 50 tick bracket. And I think we should do all 50s. I think you need the big stop, a 50 tick stop. So I'm going to do one contract. If it's a giant move, then I'll have a trade. Okay. If it just doesn't do much, then we won't get filled and I'll cancel it. If it dribbles, I'll cancel it. Meaning if it doesn't have a burst, I would cancel it. Okay. Because my setup is for an event that's going to have a big burst one way or the other. Okay. So that's the plan. One contract. Gold's not doing much. You know, is it related to the fact that we're dealing with important U.S. news? It could be. It could be. Are there any margin questions with Ninja at the moment because of this news? I'm checking their desk. And all intraday margins are currently normal. Okay. All intraday margins currently normal. So not seeing much out of gold. I'm going to combine my orders with the combine button. Combines the orders to the closest order to the current price. And I'll give it like 1 more minute. I want to get ready for the other trades. If it'll push down a little bit, it would take me out. Just push down 1 tick. Okay, so I want to get ready for the other trades. So gold, the gold open looks like it was definitely hit target 1. Okay, it hit target 1, but that's not why I'm here right now. It's not the real reason. So I've got an NQ, personal income and spending set up, 829.59. I've got a bracket of 50, a target of 50, and a stop of 50. I'm anticipating quite a big move, okay? Quite a big move from it. I'm going to double check my brackets on a full-size chart. Looks good. Fix my time back to normal. Now, if the market, I'm trading one contract. If the market moves 30 ticks in my favor, I'm going to move my stop to break even plus 20. Okay. The market moves 30 ticks in my favor. I'm going to move my stop to break even plus 20. That's so I don't have to baby the trade. Now the NASDAQ is down quite a bit, quite a bit. My guess that personal income and spending is going to be up. I think people are still spending. I mean, that's what Visa's been saying. That's what MasterCard's been saying. What they're seeing is people are traveling. That's the big thing they're seeing, is that people are traveling. So we've got big tiers on Canada, not gigantic, but large, especially in relation to how the trade moves. And my NQ trade is on SIM, okay? My NQ trade is on SIM. So I'm going to change it. Put it back. One contract. Trading one contract. 50 tick target. 50 tick bracket. $50 tick stop. All right, we're waiting. We have 30 seconds. So 5 seconds before, there's my Canada orders, okay? There's my NQ, 50 bracket, no fill, okay? No fill on the NQ. So the NQ's a cancel, no fill, which might be for the best, Canada filled to the upside, and now I would expect a change in direction. If it just keeps going up, then I'll get stopped out. Moving my targets into a more reasonable position So couldn't get filled on the NQ. And Canada, what I'm looking for is a change in direction. And when it's, we have to give it a little time to see if we get it. It's not behaving the way that it should, unfortunately. It didn't explode. Now, I did not get filled on NQ. And ironically, for maybe the first time in 5 trades, it was a good breakout on Canada GDP. Possibly the first time in 5 trades. So what I would do in a case like this, it's not really behaving in a way that looks like it's going to reverse. You never know. We never know. We might have to wait 3 or 4 minutes. Now, clearly, this NQ trade was high risk. Now, I'm looking at my Ninja script files because I'm going to look at them later. I want to see if anything shows up that might tell me why I didn't get filled. I'd like to see why maybe I didn't get filled. Once again, I always never think that I'm not going to get filled. It's not something that I think is a possibility, but it's been happening quite a bit. On fills. It's been happening quite a bit. So looking to see if I'm going to combine my orders on Canada. At this point, I just want out of the trade. Because it's definitely not cooperating. It's been 3 minutes. This is not, it's not the expected way that you want a trap trade to work. You want a quick move up and a quick move down. That's the idea. That's the idea with a trap trade. Quick move up, quick move down. So I'm trying to hang in just to see if it'll go below entry. And I think that I would cut my loss in half. I'm not willing to take a full stop out at this point based on its behavior. If it decides to go back up, then I'll take a small loss. And if it'll pull back a little bit, it's trying. It's certainly trying. Okay, so a couple of ticks on Canada. We waited 5 minutes. That's not a normal trap trade. It may go down, but that's not a normal trap trade. Now, I did not get filled on the NQ. I did not get filled on the NQ. It definitely, there unequivocally was a danger, as I said, of that trade being poor volatility, high volatility, poor liquidity. That's exactly what I was worried about. Exactly what I was worried about. Okay. So it's really a shame that some folks got filled, you know, at the bottom. It certainly, let's look at the video and at least look at the movement on these events. So make sure your trades are canceled. I'm going to put the oil screen on. And now it's interesting, the trap trade, we should have stayed in longer. It's very interesting. You know, maybe I'll stay in 10 minutes next time. So too much going on right now, Arthur, sorry. So let's go to, first off, I do want to thank everybody that watched us on YouTube. Thanks for watching us. And if you recall that we will be on Traders Corner tomorrow, we have a special Halloween sale that we're going to be giving. If you'd be kind enough to visit us on Traders Corner, they're having a multi-speaker event on Traders Corner. So thanks everybody for watching us on YouTube, our stream of the week. If you give us a like on your way out, that would be awesome. And thank you very much for watching us. And we'll see you next week on the next free stream. So thanks for watching.